Oh, hi. Oh, hello. Look how green you are. You are very green. Oh, hi. Oh, hello, Darth. Welcome to Mixcast episode 34. We're getting there. We're getting to the mid 30s, and then we'll be in our 40s. We're getting there. Oh, I already have the code of the day. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. It's not there. Yeah. All right. What? Uh, it could be because, hold on. It could be because all of my stuff just had a weird audio switch. Hold on. Process of fixing things. Desktop. Desktop sounds? Properties? Default? No, let's take it off of default. Speakers, Realtek. Now say something.
Am I here?
Yep, you're here. All right.
Already.
I like all of my like Razer stuff had like a massive update at like while I was just sitting here. So it was very random. It was very random. You saw nothing, Miss JG. You saw nothing. Jade Fox, thank you for the host. Military Dragon, thank you for the host. Welcome. Hi, British Chairs. Hi, Darth. Hi, Miss JG. Yeah. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, what is today? Wednesday? I think I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. Yeah, wonderful Wednesday. I've had a pretty nice day today. How was your day, Bad Frog?
Well, let me go into Discord and just
Oh god.
let me read this message.
Oh god, here we go.
Where is it at?
British Chairs with the sub. Pretty sure that's a resub. Just saying. British Chairs. Thank you so much. Thank you.
There's some hype.
Darth Pike is always here with the hype. He knows
so I fought with Photoshop because I went with your recommendation and downloaded my 7-day free trial of Photoshop last night. And after many hours of me almost killing my computer because I was getting so mad, this is the message I sent to Big today. For the love of everything holy, how in the hell do I get clip, crop, trim, irregular shape with multiple layers? Google is worthless, and yes, it's Photoshop. What does Big send me back? LOL. LOL.
Yeah. No, yep. I didn't really know what you were wanting to do. I don't even know if you ended up solving it because I asked you a question and then you didn't respond.
Oh, I didn't see the question.
What?
I didn't see the question.
What do you mean you didn't see the question? How can I help you if you're not watching the screen?
You said do that and have it cover everything you want to keep on a new layer. And I said, okay. And then I never heard another word.
You didn't say anything.
I did. I said, okay.
And did you do it?
Yeah.
Did it work?
Not that you didn't give me anything to work off of it.
I didn't know you finished it. How am I supposed to know? You just said, okay, Smokey. That's literally what you said.
I know, but all I did was make a box like you said. And I was waiting on further instructions.
I didn't know you made the box.
Oh, okay. I see. That's
now
right.
I can help you finish. I can help you finish making your project.
But I don't know that this is the appropriate place to listen to me scream about my unhappiness.
No, we are not doing it here. That would be a nightmare. I can show you how to do it on the little screen above you, and it'll take me like 30 seconds. But
yeah, well, then I have to go back to Photoshop and make sure it worked, and then it wouldn't work for me.
It'll work just fine. It'll work just fine.
It'll do multiple layers?
It will do all the layers.
Well, then we'll have to see after the show then.
I can do a quick segment during the show. It can be like Big's little Photoshop.
This could be Photoshop for dumb trolls.
Bad Frog looks like he is inside a toxic fog tonight.
Nope, I'm actually.
I think he's
I
inside
was
a toxic frog tonight.
I was shrunk down to microscopic size and jammed into an alien, and I'm discovering what's going on. So I'm coming live from inside an alien. Just saying.
So I had a pretty good day today. Other than traffic was just terrible. I got to have lunch with one of my subscribers. I had lunch with Panic Ride. He bought me sushi. We went and had sushi for lunch, and he bought my sushi. I didn't expect him to do that. It was very, very nice of him.
How did the rice go today?
Well, you see, sushi comes with a lot more than just rice, so I didn't die. The problem was that I only ate rice, and then I died.
Okay, just checking.
No, it was all good. Okay. No, but it was really good sushi, too. It was a fancy Bellevue. If you don't know Bellevue, Bellevue is the wealthiest town in Washington. It was a fancy Bellevue conveyor belt sushi place. It was really good.
Well, there's only two kinds of sushi. There's good sushi and bad sushi. There's absolutely nothing in between.
I mean, there's good sushi, which is like, you're not going to get food poisoning, but it's not as good as it could be.
Well, that's how I determine sushi, whether I'm going to die or not die.
Well, it's weird because, I was actually thinking about this before the show. I was saying to myself, it's weird how you either have cooked food or you don't. Like, you either have, if you're having beef, it's cooked. If you're having chicken, it's cooked. If you're having fish, don't get it cooked. It's just as good. It's just as good. I don't know. Like, if I want to have salmon, I don't need it cooked. If I want to have salmon cooked, it's the same thing. They're both salmon. It doesn't make a difference. Yeah, but man, that was good sushi.
Where's Mrs. JG? I need an official time on when we went off the rails.
It hasn't even been 9 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
Some sushi is cooked, but that's not sushi. I did have, I had a crunchy spicy salmon roll, which means that they just fry it really quickly, but they don't actually cook any of the fish. So,
they cook the rice on the outside.
Yeah, like it has. I guess it's like some sort of oil that that fries really quickly. So, cooked is tempura sushi. And then there's sashimi. Sashimi is literally just raw fish on rice, generally. So, Panic Ride had a lot of sashimi. He had a sashimi plate. It was like salmon and tuna and octopus and lots of stuff. It was crazy. And it was like the whole octopus leg. Like, it was crazy. There was like you could see all the suction cups and everything. It was nuts.
Wait a minute, British Cheers. Isn't crab just snot if you don't cook it?
Oh, you're
saying.
No. You're thinking of you're thinking
cooked. Okay.
You're thinking of like mussels and oh my god, what is the other one? Oysters. Thank you. Wait till you go to a live food restaurant. I can't do that. I can't eat an animal that is currently alive. That's too much for me. Yeah, no, I can't do that. Someone else has to kill it without me seeing it, and then cook it, and then I'll eat it. Or not cook it if it's fish. Yeah. So I had sushi. Ooh. I talked to... So during the award ceremony, I actually don't have any of them on me. I only have the coin on me right now. Everything else is either at work or downstairs. But when you guys awarded me that glass plate, that I ended up bringing to work that was laser etched, I contacted Roadkill, and I got him a commission from Tiny Build. Tiny Build is ordering a bunch of Tiny Build pint glasses and whiskey glasses made by them. So
sweet.
Yeah, we're getting 12 pint glasses and 6 whiskey glasses that have the Tiny Build logo on it. So, yeah, very excited for that one.
Nice.
We can't get it until we get back from South, though. Oh, there he is. There he is, right there. Yeah, Roadkill says, thank you so much, sir, and I hope you love them just as much. Roadkill, just letting you know, just send the invoice whenever. We can't have you ship it until there's like 2 to 3 days, like, prior to, or it can't arrive before Tuesday of not this week coming up, but the next Tuesday, because we will be out of town and we don't want them to arrive while we're not there. So, yeah. So
like half a week after PAX South is over.
Basically. No. Like 2 days after PAX is over. PAX ends on Sunday. We will be back Monday evening, but I can't risk the package getting there Monday. So, but yeah, we're excited for those because we get our bar tomorrow. And
which
I order
can't drink out of.
Which we can't drink out of because in the state of Washington, you're not allowed to drink at your workplace. Let's see. Man, planning a lot for PAX South. We have so much cool stuff to share with you guys at PAX South. So much stuff. I wish I could talk about it. So you will just have to wait. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh! I ordered a new selfie stick. I got myself a new selfie stick. And I got this thing that doesn't really say what it is. It's a remote control for my GoPro. And yeah.
Speaking of Tiny Build, I bought what is that, Rampage or the battle royale on the
Rapture Rejects
for a streamer to get him to try it and see how that goes.
Oh.
I don't know if he's actually played it yet or not, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing a lot more Tiny Build games being played across the platform. So
there is news on Rapture Rejects soon that I can't share yet either. So
of course you can't.
The book is great. You mean this book? Boom! Waking Nightmare. This is the new Hello Neighbor book.
We meant Little's book.
Nope. Wait. Oh. You mean this book?
That book.
Oh, she doesn't mean that book either. You mean this book?
Hey, Valley Girl.
It was one of the three. Yeah, this one came out earlier last year, and the second one came out December 26th. So, day after Christmas. There's a new Hello Neighbor book. Walmart has Hello Neighbor McFarlane sets on clearance. Yeah, we have a bunch of McFarlane stuff. We have, I think, 4 action figures and 3 McFarlane sets, like Lego sets. What's a USB splitter? Oh, USB splitters are helpful though. Those are helpful.
Well, she needed one because it was getting old watching her switch back and forth.
Yeah. No, I got you. Cheeto, Prideful, Cowman, Twister. Thank you guys for your hosts. I missed them earlier. I don't know if you guys are still in here. So yeah, pretty good day today. There was a lot of chilling. Got a nice lunch, and I got a lot of work done. It was crazy. I got a lot of work done. But yeah, So let's jump into some stuff. Actually, I want to start off with topic number 2 first because it's kind of crazy. So we have 3 topics today. CES Day 3, Amazon's Jeff Bezos, and the coolest place you've been. And I don't mean cool as the temperature. Yes, we're gonna start with Amazon's Jeff Bezos first. Jeff, the richest man on the planet. Net worth of $138 billion. He got divorced today.
I think they announced.
Well, they announced they're getting divorced, which means they're getting divorced.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting a divorce. 25 years of marriage. And it could be really interesting. 25 years of marriage and 4 kids. They're getting a divorce. So there's a couple of key factors that I want to put into play before we get into the nits and grits of this. They're getting a divorce, but they actually seem very happy. They don't seem to like. I mean, this is all public, so like the richest man on the planet can't, show that he's super angry about it. But talking to the press and stuff, they actually seem really happy. They're saying that if they knew that they were going to separate after 25 years, they'd still do it all over again. And they don't seem like they have that much of a problem with it. They say that they're going to remain friends and all that. So it's not really a nightmare in that sense. The tricky part of it is Amazon.
Yep.
Being that he is the CEO of Amazon and he is the richest man on the planet, if they did not sign a prenuptial agreement and she decides that she wants some money,
he owns 16.3% of shares.
Yeah.
And she would get half.
Yeah.
Half, which would make him he wouldn't have the largest voting block anymore.
That's not what I read. I read that he would still have. Well, so she wouldn't necessarily take direct stocks. What would end up happening is so being that his net worth is $137 billion, she would basically obtain $70 billion from him, which would make her the richest woman on the planet. I don't even know what the second richest woman on the planet would be at that point, but having 70 billion would make you the richest. However, if they didn't sign a prenuptial agreement and she does decide that she wants to take half of his stuff, basically what would end up happening is, since he needs to pay her about $70 billion, his smartest way of doing it is, because since he's the CEO of Amazon, he would sell about 80 billion stocks that he owns, which would make him enough money to pay her all of what she needs, and he would still keep majority of Amazon. And the stockholders would gain whatever they needed out of it. So like he would sell his stocks to either more population or to stockholders that wouldn't obtain a higher value of his company than him. Yeah, because he can't go under what the highest stockholder would be, because at that point he doesn't have control of his company. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, what they talking about on the CNBC article, it said it could mean that Amazon may need to find a new structure to ensure that Jeff Bezos still owns enough voting power with his shares.
That would be
they might have to make different classes of shares with varied amounts of voting power. And what the thing is, they're talking about a nightmare is not only having to do that, but of course his percentage would go down, so they're going to have to really do some funny stuff. But this is all assuming that she takes, because in the state of Washington, if you don't have a prenup, it's a 50-50 state. From the time they were married to the time they get divorced, she gets half.
So long as that's what she wants.
Yeah.
She does not have to take it.
No, she does not have to take it. And they might have some agreement worked out already.
The only other part of it, though, is a prenuptial agreement, depending on the way that it's written, if she tries to go after him, if they already had one, because they were married before he became CEO of Amazon, before Amazon was even invented. So depending on the way that the prenuptial agreement was written, it may not even be valid towards protecting him. So there is a huge risk. We'll see. I mean, obviously, like I said before, they don't seem to be, very aggressive, especially when talking to the public. So it might not work. It might not even struggle in any sense, but Amazon could receive some fallout because of this. And I'm sure stockholders are going to be like, whoa, CEO of Amazon is getting divorced. Let's sell some of our stuff, which drives the value of the company down. So,
well, here's another solution they're talking about, which I missed the first time I read through this, I guess. And we talked about she could just give up taking the stocks whatsoever, but she could also take the stocks and give up her voting rights, which would still leave him with a massive block. Because if she's got half of his shares without voting on them, he's still going to be way ahead of the game.
So even though you don't have voting, you would still run into the problem that the company is now no longer his. That she would own majority of the company. That's where the problem will come into play.
Yeah, it's going to be a mess unless, like I said, they've already worked this out.
Yeah.
And if they're...
I'm sure there's tons of lawyers involved.
If they're actually acting like there's no big deal, and that could be an act, they may already have it worked out, and they're just letting people know this is coming, and it's none of your business what we do.
Well, as a public company, it technically is their business.
Well, so. No, but I mean, it's at some point it's nobody's business other than the finances that are tied to the company. But the rest of it is nobody's business.
Yeah.
But
isn't every state 50-50? I actually don't know the answer to that.
They are not.
And I wasn't really sure on that one.
They are not all 50-50.
Let's see. David says, geez, used to being rich and needs alimony. Get a real job, lady. I mean, we don't know that yet. And plus, I bet, just being the wife of the CEO of Amazon for 25 years has made her plenty of money. Just, being in articles, people writing about her, all this stuff. She's just raking in money doing nothing. I don't actually know if she does if she has a job or if she previously worked for Amazon or what. I don't know what she does. But
I'm guessing she sits on a lot of boards, charity boards.
She potentially does that, yeah.
Yeah.
That tends to happen a lot with married couples who own companies, Bill and Melinda Gates does that. Melinda Gates does so many different charity works. So, yeah.
No, David, I'm in California right now, which is definitely a 50-50 state. But I know there's states that are not 50-50. I couldn't tell you which ones, but I am 100% that there are states that they have some weird formulas that they use to determine the length of the marriage, what was earned, what was brought into it, and it's a mess when they get divorces in some states. It's just a mess.
British Chair says, so you saying there's a chance too soon? That's literally what my coworker said today. It was like
that's what a lot of women are thinking you're saying. So. Too soon?
Yeah, right. Like the second that he even thinks about dating someone else, it's automatically, first date, can you sign this prenuptial agreement?
No kidding. Yeah, an NDA even better.
He already is dating. I saw a lot of rumor articles. I won't be touching those just yet. There's a
Nope.
lot of that. So, that's all, Time magazine or whatever. I don't even know if that is one of them. It probably isn't. Time is like a pretty official magazine, right? People magazine. That's one of them. Yeah. So, a pilot they've been seen around LA. Like I said, just seeing people doesn't mean anything, I hang out with female streamers. Am I seeing female streamers?
Exactly.
Technically, Cassie. Yeah.
And
So you
this
never
is the
know.
reason why Ninja will not co-stream with females, by the way.
Yeah, that's actually the reason why.
Because
Because
rumors get started.
yeah,
Ask Valley Girl
all that stuff.
what she went through last year.
It's which he got a lot of flack on, but that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's a reason.
Military stole Jeff Bezos already. You could just go after his wife, Mackenzie. She needs a new husband now, military. So yeah, no room for that. No room in my life for that nonsense. Truthful, right? That's what I'm saying. Okay, on it. Amber, thank you for your host a little bit ago. I am not sure. All right, so yeah, I wanted to jump into that one because it's a kind of a cool, interesting topic. Let's do CES Day 3. There actually wasn't a lot announced today, being that it is later on in the convention.
I saw that. I did not read that. Let me go look at it while you're talking.
Oh yeah. AMD military wants to talk about the AMD announcement. We can jump into that, but I'm just gonna go through some of the things that were announced today. Like I said, there wasn't a lot announced today because it is the third day of the convention, and most things have already been announced. Apparently there was a bunch of companies, or there's a bunch of monitors that were announced today that allow for ultra-wide monitors. Lenovo announced a new curved 34.5-inch monitor. Manufacturers are trying to get between the 49 and 65-inch curved monitors and all these things. So yeah, you'll see a lot of monitors come out of CES. Hyundai is building a car that can walk on 4 legs. It's literally a car that has legs.
Isn't that going backwards in technology?
Well, I mean, it's legs and wheels. We're gonna show a little picture of this thing real quick because it's quite the interesting piece of car. Let's see, right here. Desktop video. There it goes. Look at this thing. So it looks, I guess they're using it as a taxi cab in this photo. But yeah, it looks like, it literally looks like a frog.
Hey, I need one of those.
All-foot drive.
Frog car.
All-foot drive. I like that. Whoa. Yeah. Obviously conceptual. These are not real stairs. This is a very drawn image. But I guess I haven't looked through to see if they have real pictures. They have a 1/8 scale version of the car. There we go.
Everything works in 1/8 scale.
Look at this. Look at that. Look at him go. He's getting there, guys. Look at him go.
Well, that makes parking a lot easier.
Well, it's not rolling, it's walking. This is when you can't roll and you have to walk, MD. So yeah, kind of interesting. Yeah, Hyundai making a walking car. Trying to see if there was oh, here we go. Here we go. A company has solved the problem. This is the problem that I know everyone has. When you have a wireless charger, which mine is downstairs, problem already, right? It's downstairs. Now, your wireless chargers have suction cups on them, so you can stick them to things. there's a company that's solving the problem and showed it off at CES. Your suction cup wireless chargers. That's the way to do it. Let's see. You need a wireless charger on the ceiling, right? See? Now you're getting it. Now you're getting it. That would be good for your EOD unit in the sense of a robot would help them out all the time. That's true. Walking through areas where vibrations towards the ground could be a problem. That would be really cool, actually. AMD announced the Radeon 9 or 7. I know how to count. It's the next generation 7nm graphics card. It's to compete with Nvidia's RTX 2080. So we'll I'm pretty sure Bad Frog is going to jump into that here.
That's what I've been reading that article right now. But I want you to know it's the articles from Market Watch, and the funny thing I found in here right off the bat has nothing to do with the article. You know how in newspapers they would say Joe Bob 35 in quote or in parentheses da 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 while Jerry Smith 45. Anyway, they do this on here that goes the part of the statement is hosted Intel Corp INTC plus 0.5% and NVIDIA Corp NVDA plus 1.97%. So they give their stock market thing after they say their name every time. It was just fun and funny. I laughed about it.
A couple more things before we jump into the AMD. Bose invented noise canceling speaker system for your car. It has microphones that track the sound that's in the car and an algorithm to cancel out the sound. That's pretty interesting. Like that's like really weird, but I don't know if I would want to hear no sound while I'm in a car. I want some sound. Probably because I've been hearing sound in a car for too long. I don't know, that's weird. 1 terabyte SD cards are finally announced at CES. That is a lot. Like an SD card? I don't have one on me. Actually, oh no, there's not one in my GoPro. The closest one I have is downstairs.
I once owned a 256K jump drive. K.
That's a lot. Whew. 1 terabyte in an SD card like that. You know, well, that's a micro SD, but still. And then Big Cable's 10G campaign betrays a fear of wireless 5G. I guess cable companies are offering service that's as quick as 10G internet speed instead of your wireless 5G. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
The biggest thing I found of this article is that they came out with a new video card that people weren't expecting that's going to compete with the 2080. And I don't know what the 2080s cost, but they say this is cheaper at $699. So
it's definitely cheaper.
I don't know what 2080s cost, but I'm sure they're pricey.
They're about, from what I saw, they were actually like $2,000. So that's when they first came out, though. It's been a few months.
The thing is, they've got this, I don't know what they call it, real-time ray tracing with some kind of AI capabilities. But it says most current games do not take advantage of NVIDIA's additional ray tracing and IA to track its cards. So I don't know why they're going on two different paths because somebody's got to support one over the other. You're not going to see people putting out software or games. They're going to support the high end of this card and then a game that supports the high end of that card.
Yeah.
It's just silly.
It was that was the big topic that we were talking about yesterday, is the fear of companies splitting into two. Let's see.
But that's kind of what I got out of the story, was that just kind of the big surprise about that card. It's substantially cheaper than the 2080.
That is the big beneficial part. And actually, AMD has always been that way. They've always said that their tech is cheaper than Intel. And it always is. And generally, it's a good competitor to Intel. But Intel generally has, like, the processing power behind their products. So, we'll see. Hello, Rachel. Let me read up on some of these things. David was asking about the four-legged car. Can it rise up, put feet on highway lines, and then pass through traffic by walking over everyone? No.
This is not Transformers.
Halo Collector said, did you see the robot that follows you with wireless charging built in? We actually looked at that one yesterday. That was an interesting one yesterday. Costs $1,500, but it's pretty cool.
Unlike the picture frame phone charger.
That's true. That's true. The $80 phone charger that is shaped like a picture frame.
And made out of wood.
That's about it. Tusa says, wait, so how does that mean? Does that mean you can't talk in that car? No, you can still talk. But it does noise canceling for everything around you.
Well, I can see a benefit now that that's been mentioned. If you could make it truly noise canceling, that'd be the perfect thing to have in a minivan where you've got kids. Because they can scream and yell all they want. If you got noise canceling, you can't hear them.
No, it doesn't work like that. It cancels the noise outside of the car. It's picking up the noise that you're hearing, the tires on the road and your engine roaring. That noise.
Noise canceling of the children.
Well, that part, you have two options. You tear off your ears, or you put in earplugs.
No, duct tape or a hammer, I think.
Oh, God.
Well, the hammer is just used as a threat. The actual action is the duct tape.
Oh.
Now, you can't yeet them out the window. They might get hung up and flop around on the car.
Oh. This conversation took one hell of a turn.
It went black in a hurry.
Belly, thank you for the host. Have you ever been banned from talking? Nope. Let's see.
I can't imagine Big being banned from talking. He'd probably explode.
Probably. Halo Collector says, so in the restaurant industry, they have noise canceling systems that allow you to change the ambience of the restaurant in steps. Interesting. So like you're sitting at your booth and you have noise canceling for everything around you. For the most part, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect.
Well, that actually makes sense, because who
Wait,
wants to listen?
Walmart has that? How? I don't understand. I don't understand how Walmart can do that. It's such a big store. I'm interested.
Well, that means I gotta Google.
Peanut content machine for testing foods to determine if trace peanuts are inside. Great technology for life-threatening allergic reactions. Was that just announced at CES? Because that's really cool. But man, having to test everything, oh my god, that'd be crazy. I couldn't even imagine. Puts you in a mood to shop. Interesting. MD could use that. By Nima. I don't know who Nima is. It could be applied to anything they sell, portable sound damper systems. At that point, put it on my head. earbuds, you know? I would do that. I would just do that. Listen to music if I wanted to. That's what I actually do when I go to grocery stores by myself. Bring a headset with me, and I just listen to music the whole time. That's what I do. Company name? Yeah. I'm just wondering if they make anything else, like something else that we wouldn't know about, you know, common public type thing.
Yeah, noise canceling in Walmart. I gave up because the first 5 or 6 pages are noise canceling headphones. So
that is going to be the most common thing you find.
Yes.
Change the temperature. Okay, now you gotta find me articles and tell me of this stuff.
Wait. Is it snowing in like the auto parts place and
yes.
raining over in the toddler's clothes?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, they got big stores. They might have their own weather patterns.
By the time you walk over to one section of the store, you've reached a new time zone. So,
Twister. Twister's inside of Walmart?
Yes.
Your opinion? Yes. Okay.
I'll send you my paper from college. Ooh, I'm ready. I want to read it. What is that one about, though? British? The peanut allergy thing again? Like Costco in the movie Idiocracy? I have to see it again. It's been too long.
David, I think we're at the same point. He said, so if someone says, excuse me, at the store trying to get by you, then you can't hear them. I think we're in the same area where I wanted to shut up kids in the car. It just doesn't work that way. So, Big's just ruining everything.
So, the one thing about that, David, is that I'm very aware of my surroundings. So, I'm not... I don't understand how people walk down the center of an aisle. It's a road. Walk down the left, walk down the right. That's, you walk down one side so someone can get around you. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Twister. I mean, it's already chaotic in there already. I have seen some clothing sections in Walmart that look like a tornado has gone through it.
It's true.
I agree with you there.
Me too. I've seen it myself.
So I'm saying yes to tornadoes in Walmart.
Tornadoes of people. That's just what it is. Pick a side, but you've also... David, you're not having any trouble walking by someone in a grocery store. You're like not even close. All right.
I don't have that problem. People tend to get out of my way. So
Bad Frog just bulldozes over people.
Yeah, I don't care. There's just there's things in my way.
All right, here we go. Let's do the code of the day real quick. If you guys don't know what the code of the day is, we are giving away a year of Xbox Live for free. If you would like to have a chance to win a year of Xbox Live, type !Mixcast in the chat, or you can click the Mixcast button, the Mix Play button. That looks like a P. If you click that button, it'll put the link in the chat. And the code of today is Blackout. There's a bunch of other things that you could do, like follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and join the Discord, and follow us on YouTube, and do all of that stuff, which will also give you points towards winning the Xbox Live for free. But every episode, we have a code of the day. So use that code, get a bunch of extra points, and you might just have a higher chance of winning it. So, but yeah, there's a new idea that I'm going to do for code of the day for next month that I shared with Bad Frog. It'll probably be limited to maybe code of the week. We're going to make them more intuitive. So, stay tuned for that one. But yeah, code of the decade.
Halo said he dropped the noise canceling tech video. I appreciate it. I've got 3-4 articles sitting on my screen right now, and I will listen and watch the video while I'm reading those because that is pretty interesting. And if it's got enough meat on it, we'll bring it up tomorrow night.
Yeah, definitely. We are actually talking about some other topics that we're going to jump into tomorrow as well. So we definitely have some stuff for the remainder of the week before we do PAX South. And Friday is a PAX South stream.
Yeah, so, PAX South on Friday.
Yep. You know, my brother is a regional manager for Wally World. I will have to ask. You'll have to ask him. You'll have to see if he knows anything about noise canceling Walmarts. So, as well as temperature, you know.
I'm not happy about the temperature issue.
I would enjoy seeing Bad Frog go from sunny California side of Walmart and then entering Alaska without even leaving Walmart. That's the cool part for me.
Yeah, because I mostly wear shorts and slip-on shoes and a t-shirt in California, so.
Oh, I gotcha.
Even in the winter, so.
But yeah, code of the day is blackout. Capitalization doesn't matter. Good luck. Enjoy. Hopefully one of you regulars win the year of Xbox. But music and temperature manipulation. I've actually heard of temperature manipulation.
So now you're manipulating me in Walmart. That's why I've got a bunch of useless junk in my house.
You've always been manipulated every time you go to Walmart.
Oh, so you're saying I'm easily manipulable? That's not even a word, but I made it up.
You went to Walmart. I mean, they got you there.
Look, MD, I'm getting enough crap from Big. I don't need it from you, too.
Yeah, to buy more stuff. See, Jade Fox is all over this. See? She's ready.
But
when you enter the bedding section, it's a little colder. So that way you're more tempted to buy a blanket. They got you.
So that's why I have 15 comforters?
Yes.
Man, I gotta quit going to Walmart. I was wondering why I had 15 comforters, 5 blenders. I don't even use a blender, and I got 5 of them.
Yeah, see? They got you. Send one my way. I don't have a blender. Oh god. In the condom section, it's hot and sweaty over there. Moving on to the third topic. The coolest place you've been, and I don't mean temperature wise. So we've talked about like what is your dream car, what is your dream destination to travel to, but where's the coolest place you've ever traveled to? You know, like where have you been that you've enjoyed? That's what I want to know. Bad Frog, you've traveled a lot. I'm curious to hear yours.
The easiest one for me is Cozumel, because I've been there a couple times to dive, and I love it. But that's nothing to take away from the fact that I've been to Haifa, Israel, Sicily, Italy. Where else have I been? I've been to Guam, and they were all nice, but I was young and drank a lot, so I don't remember a whole lot, to be quite honest with you. But no, Cozumel to go diving is my big one. I'll never forget. I've got a tattoo that's in honor of one of my Cozumel vacations. So
nice. It's supposed to be -20 this weekend, Belly. Get out. Just leave while you can.
Which reminds me, I would like you guys to start dropping tattoo pics of yours, not somebody else's, in the Mixcast Discord.
I have a tattoo section of my Discord.
Oh, do you? All right. Well, put them there, but I want to build up a pile of them because I want to do a bit on that sometime about tattoos. So
neat. But yeah, we can do that. So
Helmet
Twisted.
diving in the Philippines. Sorry. That I think is cool, except that I like more freedom. But you're talking about that ones where the air is forced through the top of it, basically, and you wear a helmet that you basically can breathe as long as you want, but you can't go a real long ways. Yeah, okay. They're cool as hell, but you just don't have the freedom.
Yeah. I bet they make them a lot more free to use though. Now, like
Yeah, you're just limited by the umbilical, is what it is.
yeah. Well, they probably make them super long though. What's up, White Canary? But yeah, Twista had said the Philippines, UK, Vietnam, Cambodia. That is quite the destination list. Um, uh, like why are those your coolest places? Like, what is there anything in particular that like really like stuck out for those?
And, and and this doesn't have to be anything exotic either. I mean, Niagara Falls is pretty cool. I've seen the Grand
I've been
Canyon.
there.
That's awesome.
I haven't been to Grand Canyon. I've been to Niagara Falls though. That was quite the experience.
There's a golf course in the Grand Canyon that I want to go play just to play.
Really?
But I haven't been able to yet.
Interesting. Let's see. Jade Fox Ripley's Museum. Is that the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum? Is that what?
Oh, that would you went there? That would have been so cool.
I've never been there. I've heard of it, but I've never been there. Where is that? Yeah, she went to the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum in Dallas.
Dallas. All the time I'd lived in that area. I never heard of it.
I've heard of it, and I've heard it's really cool. I've never known where it was, which is funny because I've been to Dallas like 100 times. Interesting. Let's see. Twisted said Vietnam was cool because it was cheap and I got to see some stuff left over from the war. Neat. Cambodia was cool because of the temples. What kind of temples are in Cambodia?
At least you didn't find any of the unexploded minefields or
Yeah, that would be bad. What's up, Decided? Oh, Buddhist temples in Cambodia. Neat. Like Bad Frog's frog above him. Very much like that. Buddhist frog. White Canary says, I went to the Sistine Chapel and thought it was crazy to be somewhere so old and important. I think that would be my big thing too, is because I'm not religious in any way. But I appreciate the amount of work that goes into stuff like that. Like, if you ever, like, churches, even though I'm not religious, churches are some of the most beautiful buildings on earth. And it's just amazing how much work goes into these things. I love architecture, though. So
the thing about, for us in the States and Canada and pretty much the States and Canada, is we don't have any of these. We don't have a long enough history to have any buildings of importance. And what we built in the beginning is not there anymore because it was pretty much built to fall over pretty soon.
Yeah,
it was just
we didn't
temporary,
build stuff to last, and a lot of our stuff got burned down. And
the Civil War did not help that. It destroyed a lot of southern plantations.
All we were doing was killing each other. You know, it didn't even make any sense. So,
but we just don't have that history. I mean, there's some places in Louisiana where you might have 240, 250 years of history, maybe.
Yeah.
And, but it's just, it's weird though, when you're over in another country where 200 years is nothing for their buildings to be there. And you could be walking down the street. Those houses have been there 400 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, I got you.
That's another cool destination.
Decided we are currently talking about the coolest place that you've been. Feel free to chip in if you have anything specific that you would like to share. I'm trying to think of the coolest place that I've been. I like we were talking about the Northern Lights yesterday. I've seen the Aurora Borealis. That was beautiful. That was really cool. I saw that up in Canada, up in Calgary. I've also been to oh my god, what is the name of it? Well, I've been to Cancun, Mexico, which isn't really the coolest place I've been, but it was cool being in Mexico. Um, I've been to the Dominican Republic. That's what I wanted to say. The Dominican Republic was really neat because the section that I went to, it was tourist attraction. However, if you left that area at all, it's immediately third world country and extremely dangerous. And like crazy. Like people are walking around with like AK-47s crazy. Like it's weird to see the difference between first world and third world country. Oh, I can't. I can't.
That was just for you anyway.
Gotcha. I'm trying to think if there's anywhere really cool that I've been in the United States, but I don't think I have. I think one of the coolest places that people would think is the coolest place is where I grew up. I grew up in Jupiter, Florida, which is now the home of Oprah, Tiger Woods, Kid Rock, a whole bunch of people. Like you can literally take a boat past all of their houses. There's a whole bunch of famous people that live there now. Yeah, I think it would have to be like the Dominican Republic for one of the coolest places I've been. But hopefully that changes soon. Hopefully I can travel to Europe and travel to Japan. That would be really cool.
Oh, you were talking about going somewhere where there's just walking around with guns.
Yeah.
We went to Jamaica, and we were basically warned when we went to Jamaica, if you leave the touristy area, is not a good idea to start with.
Really?
Unless you are with a group. This could have changed. This was 10 years, 20 years ago. But we went this river trip that you had to go on a 2-hour bus ride to get there. And as soon as we got out of the tourist area from where the ships come in, on every corner there's a guy standing with an automatic weapon.
Weird.
Almost every corner.
Weird.
They have such a huge, or they had, I don't know if they do now, they had such a huge drug problem that it was insane. But
like, what is the drug problem in Jamaica? Was it weed at the time? Because weed is a lot.
Well, it still is, but yeah, because it just, I can't remember what it was at the time, but they were telling us about it on this 2-hour trip. They were telling us all the reasons why we should not leave the area of where the boats came in unless we were with a group.
Interesting.
So don't wander off when we get to where we're going. So
interesting. Not sure what you're talking about, Bacon. Let's see. Halo Collector says,
I'm looking for some fans.
What?
I'm looking for fans. I don't see any fans.
No ceiling fans or anything.
No, I don't see any industrial fans. Nothing.
Halo Collector says nothing compares to the natural locations like Mount St. Helens. One of my dreams is to travel around the world and see the 7 ancient wonders of the world. That's one of my thing. Like to my bucket list things, the 7 natural wonders of the ancient world, and I'm very interested in seeing that because for me it's like I am a strong believer in aliens, and like some of this stuff is just crazy. Like there's no possible way for humans to have done some of these things, or at least not that we've discovered yet. And It's something that I just want to be able to see myself. You see plenty of it in documentaries and stuff, but I want to be able to see it myself.
You haven't been watching Aliens on Discovery Channel, have
you? No.
Just
Ancient Aliens with the guy like this? No. I've seen too many of that. Halo character says, when you wrap your head around the sheer amount of power that was used to rescape so much landscape. Yeah. Like, whoa! Whoa! Ninja Ring! Thank you for the sub. Thank you.
Well, what I find fascinating is like some of the stuff will be built out of a certain granite in one place, and the only place you can find that granite is like 400 miles away.
Yeah.
So they had to transfer that stuff to build these huge buildings 400 miles.
Yeah. And that's some of the stuff is like, to me, where I'm like, some of this stuff just can't be, you know?
The ingenuity of man is truly unbelievable.
Yeah.
Along with the stupidity of man, but that's completely beside the point.
Ninja Ring, thank you so much. But yeah, Halo Collector, I'm all about that too, man. The fact that mountains and volcanoes and all this stuff, and that's just power generated by the earth, capable of doing this over millions of years, is insane.
Oh, Carlsbad Caverns. I'm sure it's not as nice as it was when I went there as a kid, but that was truly fascinating to walk through those caverns. Just to be
like geode caverns that have
no, it's just like
stalactites and stuff?
Yep. It's is it not twisted? Yeah, I didn't think it would be after 40 years of people walking through there, but when I was a kid, it was something spectacular to go see.
Interesting. Ray says Acadia National Park in Maine is beautiful. We actually have a lot of people, or not a lot, but a few people who live in Maine. I've never been that far north on the east coast of the United States. The furthest I've gone is probably New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, like that whole, northeastern section, but I haven't gone up to Maine. I have a lot of people that want me to go to Maine, though.
Look, we need to quit talking about aliens, or my cat overlords are going to get mad.
Oh my god!
Did I say that out loud? Oh man! Now Fluffy's going to come get me again.
Twisted says, funny thing is Tiger Woods grew up in my neighborhood when he was young. Tiger Woods did? That's funny. Yeah, now he lives in Jupiter, Florida, which is where I grew up. British Chair says, so many hard to pick, but Quintana Roo on the Yucatan Peninsula in the on Caribbean coast.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, the Chichen Itza ruins, very cool. But I've been very lucky to have flown so many places. When you're a flight attendant, I have a friend that I went to high school with, and she was a really good friend of mine. She was one of those people that grew up in the most unfortunate lives. Like, she moved to my school. She was I think she was a Puerto Rican girl, and she had a very poor family. Like, she was supposed to grow up to be a no one, right? And she wanted to, like, really change her future. And she graduated high school and went, and she's like, you know what? I'm going to save money. I'm going to work. And she went to take the flight attendant school. And now she's a flight attendant. She flies all over the world, but I mean, not that flight attendants probably make like tons of money, but it's traveling, she gets to travel. She gets to stay, to some extent, not very long, and all that stuff. But she posts the best pictures, and she seems like she loves her life now. So I've always been super happy for her and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm a little jealous on some of the places that she gets to travel to, even if she only gets to see it for a day. but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Let's see, David said he's been in the Grand Coulee Dam, which he says you might know where that's at. And he's also been to some kind of falls, but I'm not even going to try and participate. The
Snoqualmie.
Enunciate. There you go.
Snoqualmie.
So call me. So call me.
Snoqualmie. It's like so call me, but so qual me.
If you ever get a chance to go on the inside of a dam, it is, especially one of the electric generating ones, it is fascinating.
Actually, it's funny that he says that I would know where the Grand Coulee Dam is. I have no idea. I don't even know what that is, but I know where the Snoqualmie Falls are. So, I knew exactly the opposite of what you thought I was going to do.
I'm not yawning, you're yawning.
You're yawning.
I'm not yawning.
Whoa, wait, hold on. Oh, Jade Fox is saying all these things that are like mysteries, the Taj Mahal pyramids. I was like, wait, you've been to Taj Mahal and the pyramids? I also want to go to, oh my god. It just blanked my head.
As far as the pyramids go, I watched a show where they actually, using what technology they could at the time, they found the way they probably built the pyramids, which was it was a really cool show. It was watching them do all that stuff just to see if it could be done, and it can be done. It required a lot of basically slaves because that's what they were at the time, but they did it.
Oh my god, it's blanking. I can't.
Let's see, British chairs did stork flights where we flew to get adoption babies from South Korea and other countries, then care for them in the U.S. until they got in the arms of their adopted parents. Just a question about that. Haven't they cracked down on it a bunch here lately? Let's see, White Canary went to Stonehenge, and your tour guide talked a lot about aliens. Yeah, well, there's always aliens associated with Stonehenge. I don't know why a couple of rocks standing in a field means aliens, but it does.
Dubai. I want to go to Dubai. Finally.
If I wasn't scared of heights, I would love to go to Dubai and go up in some of them buildings they're making there. Have you seen some of the stuff they're building? Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah. I want to go to Dubai so bad.
The engineering alone boggles the mind about how they can get a structure that's built like that to stand up.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yep. So that's what I thought, British, that they'd start cracking down on that. See, Twisted. Oh, you got it. All right, go ahead.
Egypt, I've always been into that stuff, mummies and stuff. I would love to go to Egypt if Egypt wasn't so dangerous to go. And being a white male, I have a lot of benefits in being able to go, but it's not even worth the risk, man. Egypt is one of the most dangerous places you can travel to right now. They're like, the lack of care for humanity, people just shoot each other for no reason in Egypt. If you're female, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. It's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. You give a guy a wrong look and you're dead. Like, it's just bad. It's bad, man. And it's such a terrible situation because it's like, you have so long to live on this planet, and you're not even allowed to go view a place that's, world renowned. Egypt, pyramids, all that stuff, you're not even allowed to go see it, and you only have so much time to live on this planet. It's sad. It's really sad. But yeah. As a female, you're scared of India too. India depends on where you go. If you go to, so India is definitely dangerous. However, if you go to the very large cities, that are extremely wealthy, it's a lot safer. It's a lot safer. But, traveling outside of those would be very dangerous for a female. So, Um,
Okay. I've just found an incredibly cool but incredible amount of wasted time somebody went through. There's a full accurate replica of Stonehenge in near Tri Cities in Washington. The builder came back from World War One and was so inspired he spent years building it.
interesting. Why is that a
Very
waste of
cool.
time?
Why would you build a full replica of something that's weird anyway? It just and serves no purpose. They still don't know what
They
Stonehenge
still
is.
don't know. They've started digging around that site, which it's very frowned upon because no one knows what it is, and it's supposed to be protected land. But you know, science and history tells us that we need to know things that happen so that way we stop it from happening again, type of deal.
If
And
only we were that smart.
they have found bodies at Stonehenge, but like there's no way to tell if it's like a burial site or if it was a sacrifice spot, or it's so hard to tell these things after all this time. Sacrifices might be a little bit easier to tell because especially if it's dismembered bodies or anything like that, but if a person just bled out, how can you tell that difference between that or a grave? So
Oh, that's yeah. Okay, thanks, British. I didn't understand, but now I do. Dubai is just nuts. It's one of the fastest growing and richest places on the world.
yeah, if they
Let's see,
found
Grand Coulee was
Atlantis,
built in 1943. It's a concrete gravity dam, number 5 in production in the U.S. of all power plants. Did it have the big generators in there that were just massive generators that were
oh,
run off?
interesting. I actually haven't even heard of this. I wanna look into it, David.
Yep,
Um,
they're so cool.
they want to be oblivious so they can keep the tourism up. Even to some extent, yes, but like even the researchers who go out there and actually do the studies, um, that stuff always ends up getting leaked out, like what the actual purpose of Stonehenge and all that stuff, and like can you go to oh my god, what is the giant nuclear town that you used to not be able to go to because of
Oh,
radiation?
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl, thank you. Yeah, the whole mystery of Chernobyl and all that stuff, and all that stuff always gets out. Whether you're able to go back in and like they send drones out there now and all that stuff. Um,
Actually, I saw a show on that, and they're actually be able to get back to
yeah,
some places in there that they never thought they would.
yeah,
They're doing tests on the water and stuff in
yeah.
there.
I don't think any of this stuff that's in there you'll be able to use. It's almost like a city you'll have to tear down and rebuild from nothing.
Yeah,
A lot of that stuff is too radioactive, dangerous. All the waste. But yeah, I don't know. I still feel like places like Stonehenge is still undiscovered. Like we don't truly know. Um, and maybe we'll find out. But yeah, the someone had asked earlier what the 7 ancient wonders of the world are, the places that I want to travel to. And so the 7 ancient wonders or the 7 wonders of the ancient world were the Great Pyramid of Giza, which is in Egypt, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the statue of Zeus at Olympia in Greece, the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. The mausoleum of Halicarnassus, the Colossus of Rhodes, and the Lighthouse of Alexandria. Some of these are a lot more unheard of, but like there's some beautiful places, and it's just amazing the amount of architecture and stone moving that just how is this stuff done prior to cranes and lifts of that stuff? How does that stuff get built? And
lock and tackle and a lot of manpower.
that's the one that that's the ones that I'm interested in. Jade Fox says Taj Mahal isn't one. My memory has gotten bad. I think Taj Mahal is one of the seven wonders of the new world. The ancient world is stuff that we question on how it was actually built. Seven wonders of the new. I'm pretty sure it's of the new world.
And Twisted says there are videos of YouTube of people going in Chernobyl, Fukushima, Japan that are really cool and sort of creepy. I've seen the videos of both of them, and the one for Japan is super creepy. It's there's some of that stuff that looks the same as it was when the bomb dropped. So it's really creepy.
Oh yeah, stuff like where the bomb dropped and all that stuff. That stuff hasn't been touched. You just can't get back there. You send robots and drones, but I'm pretty sure it's not like even some of the radiation starts affecting interference with like the robots and stuff. This was prior. I'm sure robots have gotten a lot stronger to send out there, but yeah.
I'd like to see the lost city of Atlantis, but our cat overlords took it.
So yeah, the the new seven wonders of the world are the Great Wall of China. I'd probably want to see these two, actually. I'd probably want to see all these two. The Great Wall of China, Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro, Machu Picchu in Peru, the Chichen Itza in the Yucatan Peninsula, the Roman Colosseum in Rome, and Taj Mahal in India. So those are the new seven wonders of the world, which are recorded historical artifacts that we are capable of understanding how those things exist. But yeah, the seven wonders of the ancient world are prehistoric, pre-recorded, essentially phenomenons. So, yeah.
Well, if my friend Stat Booster was around here, he would tell you I helped build the ancient wonders of the world. So.
The Colossus would have been a cool one to see, but it's gone. For the ancient wonders, the Colossus
and Jade Fox, the Mayan temples are pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
but I've seen some videos of really good quality videos, people that have done some extensive work in those Mayan temples, and you'll actually get more out of those than actually going. Even though it's cool to go, it's just a long walk in nasty, sweaty jungles and inside of a dirty building, basically. Oh, that reminds me, British chairs. I love seeing Kennedy Center, Florida, and NASA Space in Central Texas.
I grew up an hour and a half away from Kennedy Space Center, and I've gone to many shuttle launches and rocket launches at Kennedy Space Center. I love it. It's such an amazing place to go to. I love Kennedy Space Center. That's a U.S. Like a must go to place. It really is such an amazing place. And NASA had a recent partnership with SpaceX too, so I can only imagine what they're going to be producing out of Kennedy Space Center. It should only get better. So it's such a great place.
Kind of a side story that has to do with the shuttle. I'm one of about, I'd say, 500 people that actually saw the Enterprise fly for the first time.
Really? Cool.
Yep, because they did it in Edwards Air Force Base back in 19 76, 75, whenever that was. My dad was stationed there, and kind of a tragic story. We actually knew some of the pilots that died in the Challenger.
Yeah.
But because they were there at the time. Um, but that first, where that it was flying piggyback on the 747, the Enterprise had no engines, and it just took off. Its first flight was at Edwards Air Force Base, and they
Interesting.
let all the schools out that day, and there was a bunch of people at the runway when it came down.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's I forgot all about that. That's probably one of my coolest of all time stories that I have.
Yeah. Interesting. Halo Collector says I'm interested in the roadways they've found in the Caribbean Sea, long underwater roadways long underneath the sea. I'd be interested to read into that too, because I've never heard of that. However, Halo Collector did mention, for those who don't know, the Colossus of Rhodes, which is one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world. The Colossus of Rhodes was a gigantic 33-meter high statue of the sun god Helios, which stood at the harbor of the city back in 280 BCE. One of the most important trading ports of the ancient Mediterranean. Oh my God, Mediterranean. The sculpture was made out of bronze, and when it was knocked down due to an earthquake, most of the pieces were scattered around Rhodes for a millennium before it was melted down as scrap in the mid 7th century. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
It truly is amazing what dedicated people, and unfortunately what dedicated people who want to see something done can do with a population of human beings they can make do whatever they want. But the pyramids, all the stuff the Romans built, oh my God, they built some, and it's still standing.
Yeah.
Just
Well, the Colosseum in Rome is one of the new wonders of the world. And for that reason alone, because of it's just unbelievable that architecture like that was built and used on a frequent basis, you know? So
yeah, they had the ability to flood the Colosseum so they could reenact naval battles. I mean, it was nuts that all the stuff they could actually do with the Colosseum that you just wouldn't think would be possible.
yeah.
But it's crazy.
Yeah.
And of course, our tech is way beyond that. But when you look at the amazing things that get made with low tech, it's nuts.
Yeah. And Swayze says they do have a new black sand beach from the recent volcano on Big Island, Hawaii. The volcano hit so hard, looked like it was snowing on our island. That's insane. That's insane. I wonder if Gal has anything to say on that as well, because Gal is over in Hawaii. So,
see, either Hawaii and all of them are going to get wiped out by a volcano one day, or it's just going to slowly get bigger. I mean,
I don't know about getting bigger, but I don't know about that part. I think if anything,
kind of how they were created.
I think if anything, Hawaii might be getting smaller. You know, oceans rising and that sort of thing. But, yeah. We'll go with what you said, Bad Frog.
I'm going with my theory, damn it. And to go back to somebody said something about underwater roads, the ocean's been rising for a long time.
So yeah, I think that's gonna end up doing it for Mixcast episode 34. Those were actually, like, that last topic was really fun, even though it traveled from coolest place you've been to coolest place you want to go to, which is a topic that we already discussed, which is why we wanted to do where you've been. But that's okay. We did where you've been and where you wanted to go to, yeah, so that works.
That stuff is always fascinating anyway, and I don't think we went quite that far. So
yeah, no, we didn't.
Yeah,
I would actually, like, cool topics would be like discussion of the 7 ancient wonders of the world, or the 7 wonders of the new world, or things like that. That would be cool discussion, you know. because a lot of people have different theories on how some stuff worked, and obviously just learning of learning of things such as like uh, you know how pyramids were built. It was a lot of slaves and building up on moving those bricks, and you know it's crazy to think the amount, like, we see it as an amazing piece of structure, but if we think about how that stuff was actually made, it was torture, like literally torturing humans that didn't deserve stuff like that. So it's just crazy to think about some of that stuff. We go to appreciate it now, but is it really appreciation? No, those things should be treated as like more than the temples that they already are, because pyramids are temples, right? They're grave sites, and they're grave sites for everyone who literally made the pyramids. So
Yeah, it's a tragic look at history, but it's still the same thing. It's amazing what people can do when they set their minds to something. And of course, at the time, your big labor, you didn't have machines; you had slaves, which is unfortunate. But that was just the nature of the time. That makes it tragic.
yeah,
That we have to admire these things. It was built on the backs of slaves, which is not the thing you really want to do, but you just can't get, as Jade Fox, awe-inspiring.
it
It
really is
really is.
awe-inspiring that people were capable of making other people do this sort of work, and look at what those people who suffered, what they achieved. It's truly unbelievable.
It's more of a monument to them, I think, nowadays
Oh, 100%.
than it means anything other than history to
Yeah,
the people that had it built.
it's pretty
So
crazy.
I think in some way that's better. Halo Collector said, "Let's turn on the History Channel." I refuse to turn on the History Channel anymore after I heard something about Treasure Island and aged aliens. Treasure Island or whatever they're digging that in this big hole that nobody says anything is there, and it will take 7 people to die before the treasure's found. As soon as I saw that on the
Oh,
History Channel, I was done with the History
I
Channel.
saw that. I saw that. It was
Yep.
it's isn't it Easter Island?
Yeah, I don't know. I just
The Mystery of Easter Island, I'm pretty sure.
I wanted to see it until they got to that point. It'll take 7 people to die, and only 6 have. Really? On the History? Thank you very much. We're done.
uh British Chair said, "I've had I've had great family trips growing up, spent time in every state, but travel to other countries intrigues me so much. I can't wait to be able to do travel like that again. I really can't. And I think 2020 is going to be my year of traveling outside of the United States. So, 2019 will be me saving up a bunch of money and getting, my dream car and doing all that stuff, and enjoying the year, and spending it with you guys here on Mixer and trying to grow further with that. And then 2020 will be my year to be able to hopefully go to Japan and stuff like that. And actually, I think it was David sent me a link to a thing from Japan Airlines. Japan Airlines is doing direct flights from Seattle to Japan now, and the flights aren't that bad. They're really not that bad. It was like I was looking at booking like for September of this year, so about 8 months away, and it was about 1,200 round trip. It was about five. It was about 580 each way. 22-hour trip. So Mixcast on the go.
No, me and Muffin will just take over the show then while he's gone,
Probably.
and I'll have to talk about whales every night.
Yeah. Every topic you'll see on there will say Wales and Wales and Japan. Wales and new Call of Duty. Wales and let's see. Twisted said they just uncovered a hidden city and a pyramid in Egypt.
Oh no.
towards the end of the year last year. Interesting. I want to look into that too. What's up, Active Pig? British Share says Mayan and Aztecs have a strong sacrifice rituals in building them. Yep. 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 It's kind of crazy to think about that stuff.
And they weren't really exactly volunteers. So
oh no.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, we've got the bird theory, which I'm sure we'll discuss at some point.
Whales,
but whales now?
Whales are not real.
What are whales? Because we know birds are surveillance drones. What are whales?
Submarines. Halo Collector says we are amazingly lucky to live at a time that we do, while in the past had its points. While the past had its points, nothing but the future can touch what we are experiencing. Wait, nothing but the future. Oh yeah. Nothing but the future can touch what we're experiencing. Yeah. It's pretty neat.
I think there has to be a slowdown in tech at some point.
I don't know, man.
I really think we're going to reach the limits. It may not be in my lifetime, but I think they're going to be limits because we have had unstoppable technology bumps since the early 1900s, when we figured out that you could manufacture things the way that Ford did. And that put a big boom in the way things were done instead of hand done.
Yeah.
But I think at some point we're going to reach that you're going to have diminishing returns on
I don't know that you
better
will.
technology.
I think once we start achieving the ability to do flight at a low risk cost and leaving atmosphere with low risk costs will show the next big boost. And automation, self-driving cars, like literally no one's driving anymore. It's just, which will cause zero traffic. There's no more traffic at that point. I think once you start seeing automation and being able to free maneuver around Earth, I think you'll see another big boost. Think about
there is
transportation.
A drawback to automation, though. I mean, the more you automate, the less people are actually doing anything, and it's going to at some point create a crisis that we're going to have to solve. You're going to have too much population for jobs available.
That part is the interesting part, but once we move towards easy maneuvering around Earth, population of new planets, populating Moon, populating Mars, stuff like that.
If we get to that point, that probably will alleviate that problem, but they're going to have to be at the same time, and I don't think they're going to be.
Oh, no. Because I think we'll have automation of cars way before population of Mars.
And Halo, we've started peeling back the universe. I agree. We know nothing about it. But the sadder thing about it is we know even less, it seems, about our own oceans. In which I really think there's going to come a point where we're going to look at that too as another place to go instead of space. We're going to look at the oceans.
It has to be safer, though. That's the big problem right now, is that we can't discover enough of the ocean because it's not safe enough, and I just don't understand how we haven't made it safer. Like,
it's pressure.
But man, we're going to space and all this stuff. Space
no pressure. Pressure will. I mean, I don't know what the depth is of
vacuum-based pressure.
Yeah, but there's not. It's every 16 or 33 feet. It doubles the pressure.
Every 33 feet.
Yep.
It doubles the atmosphere. Doubles.
Yep. So you got to imagine how much pounds per square inch is pressing on something at 15,000 feet down.
Can't go 90 feet without on regular air.
Yep.
90 feet is.
Yeah, it starts getting crazy, and I agree. The pressure is a big stopping point for us.
into space. Less.
I hope that we can solve that problem soon because you're absolutely right. Imagine if we were able to put a lighting system down into some of our darker oceans so that way our travelers down there can feel safer, which, can be disruptive to the light down there, but it doesn't have to be on at all times. But allowing us to move down there at a safer route with, and if we can solve the issue of pressure moving down, because that is the problem inevitably is the closer you get to the center of the earth, the more dangerous it becomes, right? Because you're literally fighting gravity. You're fighting the creation of Earth at that point. The Earth was formed based off of the amount of pressure that's built around one certain point. So
it wasn't that long ago that we finally got down to the Mariana Trench.
Yeah, that was James Cameron, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a fascinating show about that. Of course, there's a lot of funny things about James Cameron in South Park, but that's completely beside the point.
So yeah, they had a good time with it, but it is a truly astonishing thing. So,
but
we're not even going to talk about the Meg Twisted. I'm not even jumping into that. That movie, I'm not touching. It was not a $16 movie, I'll tell you that.
And as we went completely off the rails again, I'm going to stop now.
The Meg is a true story? Oh my god. All right.
Did they make this
jumping
one
between buildings?
It followed up from the bottom in this thing that was destroyed? I read the book.
Oh. Well, I'm not going to spoil it. The movie just came out. But yeah. I think that's going to do it.
I disagree, Halo. The curiosity of man,
I think to some extent,
will not allow just automation to see things. We will start that way, but man itself has to put their hands on it.
I think it's both. I mean, half the reason we send robots to Mars is because we can't do it ourselves yet, right? But we know we can experience the first touch with a robot, so we can do that. But then there's the middle part. To be able to do things quicker and to be able to make things more automated and allow robots to do the rest for us, man has to do that part. There is a middle section between where we can have automation and robots. Robots can do it first and last, but the middle part is done by humans. And a lot of that is knowing what's in that surrounding to be able to place what's needed. So
it's just the nature of man. It's like I was talking to Jade Fox.
Yes, British.
About the temples. It would be much better to you would gain more information and have a really good documentary about the Mayan temples. But it's not the same as going, because we have to put our hands on it, see it with our own eyes. And it's the best part of humanity. And also the thing that gets us in trouble is we're just stupid about it sometimes.
Yeah.
But the whole thing we're sending these probes to Mars for is so we can go there. I mean, that's the big end goal, is to go there. It's not to keep testing Mars with robots.
It's one of the first things you said too is it's human curiosity. What is the point if we're sending a robot if we don't end up doing it ourselves? What is the point in the end?
Yep. So the nature of man makes things, you can kind of see how it has to go. We're just naturally curious and have to see things with our own eyes. It's the whole, I don't believe it unless I see it. It's just crazy. It's what makes us so inventive and why we've gone so fast. If you look at 2,000 years before, the tech just never went anywhere. you had the Bronze Age and that, but I mean, real tech didn't go anywhere until, like I said, the early 1900s, maybe the late 1800s, and then we've just blown through that.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at my lifetime. I'm 50 years old, and there was no such thing as cell phones. There was no internet. We had 3 TV channels. You didn't have these game stations. All the stuff that is now only 50 years in the future or 40 years in the future when I was a kid is, if you look at it, it's just unbelievable because we didn't think it would be possible. It was a joke. We'll be carrying around phones. Yeah, that's funny.
That's why I think, that's why I actually disagreed with your first point on, I think we're going to start hitting that diminishing return. I really don't think so. And look at what we've accomplished in 50 years. I think the next 50 is only so much more growth. I really do.
I agree with you to a point. It's just that I think there's the point of diminishing return on investment, because there's going to be a wall.
About diminishing return will be about maybe 200 years down the line.
I think the diminishing returns are, unless we have a new way of doing things. I'll just use processors for example. There's only so small you can go and not have heat blow your stuff up, unless we come out with a new form of making processors that doesn't involve silicon and copper and whatever's in there on these chips.
I think that's soon to come.
So, and it may be, but if that happens, then everything I think is completely wrong.
Yeah.
But that's where I think you're going to have diminishing returns.
No, I gotcha. The diminishing return will cause inventors to have to solve the diminishing return. And I don't think you'll see much of that before you solve it. I really think it'll be a quick turnaround.
Yeah,
but yeah.
That's in my optimist things. That's where I think that not only are gas burning vehicles going to go by the wayside, I don't think electric vehicles I think electric vehicles are going to go by the wayside, because we're going to find some other way of propulsion that isn't so, it doesn't rely on a diminishing amount of natural materials, because electric doesn't do it at the time, but it's pulling off the grid that does use it. And of course, cars are burning an ever dwindling supply of oil. So
yeah,
I just think it's just going to take some kind of breakthrough that we can't foresee.
Yeah,
to make that happen.
I agree with you. But yeah,
so
that'll have to be another discussion we have to jump into.
Sorry, it went off the rails, but I just
you're all good.
You popped that one in my head. Now I kind of wanted to go through.
No, you're good. So. You're good.
Sorry if I bored the channel to death there.
No, you're good. Plus, they had some comments on it too. So, but yeah, your age. So,
yeah, and wait a minute. I want to go back, and I don't find that funny, British Chairs.
Oh my god.
Space frog? Are you kidding me? Space frog?
No, big equals space. Frog equals ocean, not big equals space frog.
Oh, I thought you were talking about space frog. A comma needed to be in there somewhere.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, that would make a great Mixcast. How you doing, Big, out there on Mars? I'm doing great, Bad Frog. What's it like underneath the ocean?
Oh my god.
A lot of water over my head.
Wet. So yeah.
Yes, we're getting off, Cassie.
Green screen change? Wait, what do you mean? Who? Oh. Yeah, I got you. No, you guys were fantastic. I think that's all I got.
I didn't get to mess with you while you were streaming, so I had to do it now. That's just the name of the game.
Yeah. If you guys have any information that you guys want to put in the Mixcast or have topics of discussion that you guys want to chat about, let us know. We'll chat about that stuff on upcoming episodes. Just put it in the Mixcast channel on Discord. You can click the Discord button underneath the stream, or you can click that link in the chat right there. Oh, and I messed up. That's okay.
That's a closed bracket.
Yeah, I'm misclicked. You could also follow Bad Frog on Twitter if you type !bad in the chat, or click the Twitter link under his portion. If you go to twitter.com/BigHungry2X, you'll find mine as well. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Just for the guy that wanted to know, 1 + 1 = orange.
Yes.
Orange is the answer you were looking for.
But that's about it. Sweet, David. Yeah, do it. Do it. You're all good, Valley. 42. Yes. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be here. Hang out. Have a good time. Bring some topics to the table. And chat with us in our discussions. We'll see you there.
Or lead us off the rails into your discussions.
Or, yeah, we try to stay on topic. Sometimes we don't get there. But have a fantastic night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bye.
See ya.